Hi, this is Mohammed with Dental School Coach. Today we're going to look at Penn Dental supplemental application. And I'm going to give you some pointers and guidance on how to write this application. All right, so let's jump right in. So number one is basically useless question. It's just asking you to write down more experiences regarding dentistry. You can just ignore that if you have put down everything on your application, which most people do. So number two is basically asking you what would you change about your undergraduate college experience. Now this is the same question that I saw a few schools ask. So I want you to know that this is a very tricky question, especially for people that are, especially for normal people. People that have high GPA and good amount of extracurricular activities, you don't have much to write in this question. Let me just be really straightforward. This question is primarily geared toward people that have a bad GPA and people that have really bad experience in terms of extracurricular experiences. So if you have a bad GPA, this is how you can write it. You can say that in the first couple of years or first 2 years of my undergraduate, I didn't focus on study as much as I should have. Instead, I spent much more time socializing and doing extracurricular activities that took a toll on my GPA. But I soon gathered myself together and was able to study better, was more disciplined, and I just had better friends that checked in with me and then helped me do better in school. So that's something you can write if you have bad GPA in the first few years in undergrad or first few semesters in undergrad, and then you said you can say that you have an upward trend, which always looks good on your application. If you have really bad or no extracurricular experiences aside from shadowing and volunteering in dental clinic, you can talk about your experience, in a broader perspective. You can say that, I was too focused on my professional career and being able to do well in school that I didn't have much time to do extracurricular activities. If I have to go back, I want to take on more and different type of extracurricular activities, such as start playing in a sports team or something. So those are two types of ways you can answer that. But to be honest with you, majority of you are not gonna be in those two categories. You're not gonna have a bad GPA, and you're not gonna be coming with really shitty extracurricular experiences. So let me show you a way that's gonna help you answer this question. If you do not have anything that you would change about your undergraduate experience, say that as it is. If you think that you had a great undergraduate experience, you can mention that, there is nothing that I would change in my undergraduate career. I had a really good time in my undergraduate school for XYZ reasons, and those reasons could be I had great professors that took care of me, not just in classroom but outside of classroom. They mentored me, they gave me guidance when I needed it, and they put me on a pedestal to succeed. Or that you had great friends, great social support that allowed you to be successful inside, within your school from every single ways possible. Talk about that. You don't have to say anything that's that's negative about your school or your experiences. If you had a great experience, if you had a perfect experience, you should definitely mention that. Sometimes there are other things that you can talk about in your application that's regarding this question. What would you change about your experience? You could talk about other things that are very tangential, but those are the three types of answer you can put down in your application. First, low GPA, you have an answer for that. Low extracurricular activities, you have an answer for that. And if you are neither, you can just write what good experiences you had about your undergraduate career. The second question that you can write, the second question is, what have you done that you're most proud of? That's a common question as well. And basically they're asking, what accomplishments do you have? Now accomplishments are not grades. Accomplishments are something that you really worked hard to get. For example, publishing a research article at a really good journal is not something that's easy. Most people won't have it. Maybe 10% of your classmates have a paper published. Even, like maybe less than that. So if that's you, do put that down on your application. That's important. If you have founded a club, if you have founded an non-profit organization or some sort of business that helped other people in a really good ways and really large ways, mention that in your application. It's really important that you put down something that's meaningful for you, and then the accomplishment has meaning for others, not just you but others. For example, one of my students, she started a non-profit club in Iran, which is like for a female to start something is pretty tough there. The other thing that's tough is that she's working with children, especially female that are going to school, and then she's helping them, with their education process. Buying them school supplies, buying them books, and etc. In Iran, female literacy is not encouraged, and it's rather discouraged actively. So being in that environment, helping females educate themselves is something huge. So that's something that she was proud of. So I would like you to write something that is meaningful not just for you but for others. And for if you're an average applicant, you'll face challenges to think of what accomplishments can I put down. Certainly you cannot put down your dean's list or getting that Phi Beta Kappa. You can talk about Phi Beta Kappa, but it should not be your number one accomplishment that you are proud of. Talk about something that's meaningful to you and also meaningful to others. For example, if you volunteered at a refugee camp and or volunteer with immigrants or volunteer with someone that are helpless, disadvantaged, and you helped them in a way that's meaningful for them. Do put that down. That's an accomplishment. I know I had a student last year. She helped an autistic kid speak for the first time. She was volunteering at a behavioral therapy lab that deals with autism and children with autistic disorder. And she worked with the parents as a volunteer to teach the little kid how to speak. The kid was like 7 years old and he wasn't able to speak. So she helped him say small syllables and words, and eventually in 6-7 months the kid was able to speak his first sentence. So that's meaningful for the kid, and that's an accomplishment that she's very proud of. All right, number 4. What qualities of University of Penn Dental Medicine do you feel that will help you achieve your professional goals, and how? Now, this is a really straightforward question, and I think Penn is one of the schools that puts a lot of things on their website and that are meaningful and that are very different. I would say, like maybe 50% of the material that Penn puts on their website are valuable. And I say that not because I went to Penn for undergraduate and got accepted to Penn Dental, but I say that because I know a lot of other dental schools just put down fluff on their website. I know, many dental schools put out 95% of their materials that are just flat out garbage. But Penn, they're different. So let me just go to their website and show you what are some of the things that you should mention. So the first thing that you should talk about when you're writing about Penn and the DMD program is the fact that they have a great curriculum. They allow you to get into the clinic in the first year. That is pretty much unheard of. You're going to be working with the second year or third, fourth year, shadowing them, and being their assistant in the dental clinic. And basically you will have hands-on learning from day one, which is very important. The second thing that you should talk about is the community outreach. Penn is very big on that. They have a community service honors. They also have the Penn Smile Bus. So if you look into the community outreach, they have a Penn Smile Bus. Talk about the bus. Being on the bus is great. Philadelphia is a city where they don't have great dental care. So Penn is doing a lot in terms of helping people getting affordable dental care and sometimes free dental care. So you can talk about that for sure. The third thing that you should talk about is the global internship and national externship programs, global and national externship program that Penn has. So you can see that Penn has programs outside of the country, and that's unheard of for dental schools. It's more prevalent in med school. A lot of med school have this kind of programs, but for dental school, they don't have many programs like this. So you see that they have programs in China, Botswana, Colombia, Fiji, England, France, Hong Kong, Israel, Japan, you name it. They have programs everywhere. So that's important. That's really, really important. You should mention that. And they're very proud of it. They're very proud of this externship program. So if you don't put it down on your application, Penn's not going to look at you with a favorable, they're not going to look at you in a good way. Last thing you should talk about is their honors degree program, especially if you're coming out of research or community service and etc. Or oral medicine or radiology, those kind of things. They have honors programs for specific students that whoever wants to do this honors program, I think they're allowed. I don't know the exact requirement for it, but this honors program is huge. I know people that want to do research in dental school, they can do it through the honors program. The honors program will fund you for summer research. They will give you scholarships to on top of your tuition money for Penn. So it's a great program that they have put together. And the final thing, I know I said that was the last thing, but another thing that's really important that's coming up, and not many schools have that, is the dual degree options. So Penn has a few dual degree options that are very unusual. Masters of Bioethics, MBA, MPH, Bioengineering, education, JD, law degree, and translational research. Those degrees are not offered at many colleges or dental schools. So you should definitely talk about the opportunity to be involved in a dual degree program. When I was at Penn undergraduate, I saw many people doing the bioethics because it was easy. People finished within the 4 years within their dental curriculum. Some people are choosing to do MBA, although very few, maybe 1 or 2 every year. Some people are doing JD, that's just introduced recently. And they're also doing an LLM, which is a master's in law degree. Penn has a wealth of information in the website, but I'm just distilling it down for you so that you don't have to, research that heavily. So if you have been benefited by this video, let me know. Send me an email at mohammedz@786@gmail.com. I read every single email that comes to me, and I respond to everything. So just let me know if you have any question, if you have any kind of comments. Just comment below in the YouTube link, and feel free to share with other people that you think are going to be benefited by this video. All right, thanks.